One message for you from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
It's not rocket science, you know.
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. The next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. I mean it. Like,
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
what the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang
I'm your
on,
host,
hang
Quincy
on,
Moran.
hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.
Welcome back to another episode of the BS Podcast. I am your host, Quincy Moran, live in the Moran family /BS /man versus marriage / every other podcast I do in the world studio. I'm so happy to be here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you did not know, Alabama beats the Boomer Sooner while being down 17-0 in Norman, Oklahoma. And they make a comeback. 34-24. Congratulations to the University of Alabama for punching that ticket and going to the next round where they will face Indiana University, undefeated, the only team in college football to be undefeated this year that matters, and that's who we're going to play. As we get started on the program, I want to welcome in everybody else in the studio. Along with me today, Amber Dash, Austin Dash, Wild Bill. Welcome to the program, everybody. Your first words, say it on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
I just took a wild guess at what we would all say.
I was just making sure we all said the same thing.
Well, we are, for the most part, Alabama fans. And look, if you're new to the program, welcome. We're glad you're here. This is a family-style broadcast where we just talk about Alabama football. We do tend to talk about nothing. But I've got a treat. I got a treat for a little bit later on in the program. I've always wanted to take some of these text threads and give them some life.
Oh, no.
And so this week,
I already know where this is going, and I cannot wait.
This week, we're going to get a small sample. So for you users that are on X, welcome to the program. Please make sure you repost. You're not going to want to miss tonight. We are talking Alabama football, round one of the playoffs. We're also going to look at what is ahead. But before we get started, I definitely want to introduce my people on the podcast with me. Wild Bill, tell the people who you are and what is going on, my brother.
I'm Wild Bill. I'm a bivocational pastor. Just trying to stay warm in the state of Alabama and just hollering Roll Tide. Who does Auburn play this week? Oh, that's right. Their season's over. I forgot.
That's right. PS5 with all that NIL money.
Played last week.
That's right. Auburn playing Auburn. You heard his voice already. There he is, Austin Dash. Welcome to the program, sir. Tell the people who you are and what you're all about.
I'm Austin, and I'm here at our church office. They have nicknamed me the gallbladder because nobody knows what I do until I show up and cause problems. So
that's pretty funny. That's pretty.
I want to know who came up with that.
Well, your friend Ashley is the one that sent it to me.
Are you sure it's the gallbladder has a well-known function? Would it be like the appendix? Is that what you should?
Yeah, maybe it was the appendix. I don't know. One of those.
That's
organs.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the gallbladder is a reservoir for gall so that you can digest fat more effectively.
Sounds disgusting.
Okay, so it must have been, okay, I'm the appendix. Nobody knows what I do until I show up and cause
Well,
trouble.
you didn't know what the gallbladder did, so there's
No, I didn't.
Well,
I don't know what
I
the
do.
appendix does.
I don't know that. I do know what the gallbladder does because it caused me probably the third most pain I've ever been in my life before they had to hack it out. Which if I had to go back and do it, I wouldn't have let them cut it out, but I did. Anyway, you heard her voice in the program too. Amber Dash, what's going on?
Oh, finally get some breathing time at Christmas. I'm so happy.
That is great news. Been a great year for you guys.
Busy.
You know
we
what?
be photographing people, aka shooting people. I say that I'm shooting people. It's photography.
Okay, you're
I'm
going to get us taken down on
I'm
stuff.
doing t-shirts. I'm doing baked goods. I'm doing all this stuff, and it's finally over, and I just get to breathe, and it's fantastic.
That's great. Well, I love your entrepreneur spirit, and I just want you to keep on keeping on. And look, I've got to say, there's no reason to delay the greatness that is this particular the sights and sounds of the Bama Hotline.
Oh, I'm
Why
so
wait?
excited. I'm so excited.
Let's do this first. Now, I don't know how this is going to turn out because I put it all together so quickly, but enjoy with me, ladies and gentlemen, the sights and the sounds of the Bama Hotline right here on the BS Podcast. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the Bama Hotline text thread, brought to you by the BS Podcast. In this installment, we look at our family thoughts on Bama's playoff game against Oklahoma. As a punishment for 50 consecutive years on my naughty list, Homer Simpson read this week's highlights. Congratulations to you, Quincy, and your lifelong membership. On the nice list, enjoy your unlimited naughty list benefits as well. Wink, wink. You're welcome, Gene.
Uncle Josh Moran, no team is this bad. We have issues in the program IMO. Amber Dash, something. Austin Dash, Deboer, and company can walk off a cliff for all I care. Uncle Josh Moran, facts. Uncle Josh Moran, I'm off for 9 days. Come on, Bama, start me off right. Me and Q and the wives asterisk, Quincy Green. What a creative play call. Shucks. Uncle Josh Moran, we bout to get worked. Austin Dash, we bout to get worked. Quincy Green, we can clean that up, but man, we had them on their heels. Bama, destiny is calling. Time to answer the call. Amber Dash, we should not have made the playoff. I DC what anyone says. Austin Dash, if we can't get up for this game, we don't need to have a team. It shouldn't be up to anyone to hype you up for a playoff game. Simple as that. Quincy Green, cancel the program. Smash once. To cancel our whole program, Uncle Josh Moran, bring in DeMeco.
I was expecting it to be way more of Austin Smash showing up than that.
There will be, and I don't know why there's like a gap in between the rest of that, and I don't know how to fast forward it. So that's a small sampling, and I figured I just now figured out why it says Quincy Green, because when it took the transcript, my name was in the green. So anyway, I thought that was
Quincy
I thought that was pretty
Green.
funny. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny, and there's definitely more there, but I didn't want to leave all the dead air. So I'll get that cleaned up. And Chat GPT.
Hey, and I love the Uncle Josh.
Yeah. He's I could get that cleaned up too, but he's Uncle Josh in my phone, so Hunter knows how to call him. But I thought it was hilarious. I had to get that part in there from Austin that
jumping
DeBoer
off
and company
cliff.
walk right off a cliff. So that
Yeah.
was great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the program, I also want to tell you this. We do this show in 4 quarters. Quarter number 1 is Wild Bill and his Bama Bullet Points. Quarter number 2, we're going to talk the stats with the Q-Dog. In the third quarter, we talk to the dashes on DeBoer. And then in the fourth quarter, we talk about whatever we want because this is our program, and that's what we do. We're going to have to crown a champion this year for the Pick'em as well. By far, it's Amber, so it's time to get the trophy. Yeah, it's time to get that trophy put together. But before we do that, which will not happen in the show, but you already know she's the winner, we're going to go to Wild Bill and his Bama Bullet Points. Wild Bill, quit all that yawning now.
No intro? Okay. That's fine. Y'all remind me, who'd y'all say Auburn was playing this week? I forgot it again.
Nobody.
And the Tennessee Volunteers?
Nobody. Which I love since I live in Tennessee. I love that.
The only team that Auburn is playing this week is their fans for believing that they're ever going to be good.
To my daughter and son-in-law, y'all be sure to let y'all's church family know that Alabama plays January the 1st in the Rose Bowl. Ask them where Tennessee. I don't know what toilet bowl Tennessee.
Well, they play in the Music City Bowl against
Nashville.
Who do they play against? I can't even remember. Memphis, maybe. Somebody.
Well,
I don't know.
Make sure to tell them that we're still in the playoffs. So.
Oh, they know. Don't worry. They know. They were all watching.
Fans.
They were all watching this weekend.
Quincy, have you let our Oklahoma fan that was on with us last week? Have you talked with him?
We talked a little bit, but only via text message, and I can read you a little bit about what he said just very quickly.
All right, before I get my bullet points here.
I'm going to say he was very positive.
There was not much positive going on there. He said at 10 p.m., refs not in our favor at all. You got 4 really favorable calls, bro. I said, LOL, it's equal no calls, homie. At least it got close. He said, BS. I said, haha, you have Sooner goggles on. He said, no effing way, bro. Good luck with Indiana. I said, hey, Boomer, hate you had to lose for us to advance. Y'all have a great team. Roll Tide. He said, good luck the rest of the way, and hopefully you have the refs on your side again. I said, OMG.
OMG.
He must not have seen all them offensive holding penalties that was not called when our guys, defensive players are being tackled as they approaching the quarterback. They didn't see none of that.
And I'll tell you, it's egregious on both sides. I think the game was officiated quite poorly, and we could point to, I mean, they're human beings, but we could point to time and time again where they just blow the call because there's no call. And it is, and I know we're watching from the TV, but there are officials that are stationed in those areas to watch those very things.
Mm-hmm.
And how do guys, 25 yards away from a play make a call like yesterday when the Raiders and the Texans were playing? Some official called a holding call. He was the judge on the very opposite side of the field. He was standing behind the defense, like 20, 25 yards. The Raiders make a big play, and he calls holding. I'm like, where did you see it? And it was on an offensive lineman. Get out of here. What are you doing? All right, Wild Bill, what do you got with them Bama bullet points?
That's also remind him that our quarterback got hit in the head twice late.
And didn't
And
get
they didn't
no
get called
penalty.
the first time. So tell them
Yeah,
to get
I
off
was-
this. Tell them to get
I
off
was,
this officiating.
I was shouting at Chris Fowler because he says very, very close. I said,
Yeah.
no, Chris, he hit him on the mark. It was egregious, of course, from an Alabama fan's
Egregious.
perspective, but it was definitely on purpose, and they didn't call it either time.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Yeah,
didn't call
that one official going.
it. It's just terrible. Oh, it's terrible.
So anyway, all right, here we go. By the way, did D'Amico get animated on the sideline any?
You know, we couldn't see where he was. We saw him during warm-ups. We saw Will Anderson just destroy, Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Which he rose to number 4 in all-time sacks for the Texans, which I thought was great.
Oh,
And it was very difficult for us not to join in on all the festivities there because they make it so fun. I mean, they make it fun. And listen, yesterday was their Christmas game. They gave away $2,500, $30,000, $100,000. The 50-50 was $201,000. They gave away a new car, season tickets. They were giving away it was crazy. We could not believe it, but it was really cool.
Sound like an Oprah show.
It felt like it. It felt like it. All right, Wild Bill, what do you got?
All right, here we go. In the first quarter, number one, first quarter, Mateer had 26 yards rushing to Alabama's total offense in the first quarter of a whopping 12 yards.
Golly.
Bama's first down came with 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Oh, gosh.
Bama's defense allowed 7 points in the second half and had a season-high 5 sacks. Oklahoma had 126 yards in the second half after having 236 in the first half. Oklahoma had 55 yards rushing. Oklahoma had 7 plays of 15-plus yards in the first half and only 2 in the second half. Here we go. Bama went 3 and out on its first 3 possessions.
Shocker there.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Mr. Salty Talty, 2 for 2 on field goals.
My guy. He's my guy now.
He has made his last 4 field goals all on the road.
That dude right there, dude.
Here's your asterisk. He is 48 for 48 on extra points.
Nicely done.
Bama tied the largest comeback win in college football playoff history. Georgia overcame the same amount in the 2018 Rose Bowl.
Against who?
Georgia against Oklahoma.
Yep. Yep. Twice.
Love that.
All right, the last one, 37 game clock minutes to flip a 17-0 deficit into a 10-point road win. And that is all for the bullet points.
Wow-wee, ladies and gentlemen. That, I got to tell you right there, as we listen to the bullet points, what are your guys' thoughts? Amber, I'll go to you first. What stands out to you the most? And then after that, I'll have a follow-up question.
One of the main things that has stood out to me, he mentioned Talty has not missed a kick since the EIU game. Since he got booed at home game, got booed, hadn't missed one since. I've seen multiple posts about that. So that's something that has stuck with me and Austin. I mentioned it to him the other day. So when he just said it again, I was like, man. And then, of course, the Georgia had come back 17 by a deficit also on Oklahoma. I saw that post over the weekend also. Those two things really just kind of, yeah.
They kind of stuck out. But here's the thing. Georgia Georgia came back on a neutral field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Alabama being in that first round,
Yeah.
they were on the road in a very hostile environment with a significant amount of momentum working against them in a game where,
Austin, there's a joke behind that, but we don't have to talk about it right now.
Yeah, that was in the Rose Bowl, Quincy, that happened.
Hey, one kicker did well, one kicker didn't.
Whoa.
Whoa!
What? I gotta look away. What is that? What's that all about?
I'm reckoning that's Tate Sindel. I saw it on Twitter after the game.
Got his high heels on.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
that is that's embarrassing. So I mean, what it really felt like in the game is that nothing went Alabama's way for 1 quarter and 10 minutes. Or excuse me, 1 quarter and 5 minutes. I was just dumbfounded about how we could not, nothing went Alabama's way. It was so crazy. So Amber, I'll go ahead and ask you this here in the first quarter. What was the first moment that you thought there might be a little bit of hope? Where did that stand out for
first
you?
touchdown, I had already looked at Austin and said, if we don't, I'm leaving. I'm going. I've got work to do. I got baking. I mean, I was baking while we were watching it, but when I got done with my baking, I was like, I can just go in there. I got pictures to edit. I got Bible reading to do. I got stuff to do that is not watch this. This is painful to watch.
Yeah.
And we scored that touchdown, and I was texting. Our pastor's wife is an Alabama fan, and now I like to say it's because of us. The daughter is an Alabama fan now also. The husband and the son are Tennessee fans. So I was texting her and I was like, this is painful. I'm about to turn this off. I'm about to go somewhere else. I cannot watch this. As soon as we scored, I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance. That was my first glimmer of hope. And then by the time we had tied it, I was like, if we can come back after halftime and play kind of what we were working towards, it was kind of going this way, I was like, we could actually win this game. And we did. I need them to play like that against Indiana, though, because we can't be playing like we were playing the last few games against Indiana.
Yeah, we will actually need a much better performance against Indiana. Austin, your thoughts here on the Bama bullet points? If you were able to have a listen, what were your thoughts there? And then we'll pull the follow up question with you as well, which is at what point did you say this seems possible?
The one that stuck out to me the most was 7 points in the second half. I was thinking about some of those other games this year where we saw Alabama struggle in the first half. And then the second half, the defense just absolutely clamped down. Vanderbilt comes to mind. Georgia, we gave up 0 points in the second half. I'm trying to remember. There were a couple more where it, kind of even in the first half and then nothing in the second half. South Carolina, we clamped down there at the end. So that really stood out to me. I mean, credit to Kane Womack in the defense because he called a great game in the second half. I got a little frustrated when we got away from the blitz and went back to some zone coverage.
You got frustrated? No.
Because we were pressuring Mateer and he was struggling with it and throwing interceptions. So I was like, why are we not doing that? Well, then we did it a lot more and got pressure with 4. So, that's what really stuck out to me, just the flip of a switch. And we finally got to see some
40 seconds left in this quarter.
Some change in the second half as far as game planning goes.
40 seconds.
So.
Yeah, we'll extend the first quarter tonight. We'll extend it just because we're having great discussion here. Austin,
fine by me.
I'm with you there. Pretty incredible the the difference in the defense. And I know the goal is to get as much pressure on him as possible in order not to cause yourself some collateral damage in the secondary. But man, I'll tell you what, Mateer is dangerous. You could tell that he was throwing the ball, much, much better. I think Herbie and Fowler were talking about it. His hand is healed up. So he was throwing a much better football. But I think the pressure must have gotten to him, and it was in his mind because
you notice too, when we brought pressure, he never got his feet set. His mechanics got sloppy, and it caused him to make mistakes. And as far as there were a couple times where he probably could have got out of the pocket when we rushed him, but he second guessed what he thought he was seeing, which then led to him dancing around a little bit. And by that time, he was on the ground. So, it was definitely in his head.
Yeah, and I think it showed in some of those throws that he made or he didn't make. Although that one long pass, I just felt like the running back should have caught it. I don't know why he didn't.
That was a good ball.
It was a gift.
You can't ask for any more on a rollout, scramble drill.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that that happened in so you look at the second half. I'm with Amber in this, Wild Bill. When I saw the way that Latsier Brooks decided he was going to make a touchdown no matter how many guys tried to tackle him, I mean, he
showed up.
He was a man possessed.
Yep.
With the way he was running the ball there. I mean, in his body language, you could tell that if he was the man who had to get something started, he knew he was, and by golly, he did. And just the way that he went into drill mode, and he jumped through the goal line. To me, that is a place where it truly ignited the rest of the football team. I feel like it also finally gave our defense a little bit of confidence that they were going to get some help because they needed help. And so at that point is when I was like, you know what? I've got to get a workout in anyway. I'll watch the game on my phone. I'll go get some of this frustration out on the treadmill. So I get on the treadmill, start walking. It just gets up to the 14% incline. There's a guy to my left walking. And when he threw that ball and Xavier caught it, I said with great excitement, "That's a pick six!" And I don't know what happened, but he got off the treadmill and he walked to another part of the gym. He could have been done, but I don't know if he was. And then it was really great because the game was, already playing in the gym at the hotel. So, I did waste a lot of time in between sets getting things done. And then I went back up from the gym and they scored a touchdown. And I was like, I will never be forgiven. I will never be forgiven.
Hey, I'm gonna blame that on 50 Cent. I mean, he hyped him up just enough for us to blow some coverage, and then we said, okay, this is enough of that. We're gonna go ahead and end this game.
Coach DeBoer's like me. He didn't know who 50 Cent was.
Yeah. I think Ty Simpson said also, I didn't even know that was him.
Something that you and Austin, y'all were talking about. If you noticed, once they started pressuring Mateer, he went more to trying to throw sidearm.
Yep.
Right.
And you saw
his mechanics were horrible.
Yeah, because playing third base as many years as I did, not if you don't come overhand, you from third base you start throwing it sidearm, and the ball's tailing back toward the home plate. If you notice, that's when we knocked down a couple of passes. Mm-hmm. He went more and more to sidearm. So I was wondering if his hand was starting to bother him, and he felt more at ease trying to throw it instead of coming from up here to the side with it. It wasn't causing as much pressure on that thumb.
I don't know. From what I've seen, that's kind of what he reverts back to.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
but I thought the turning point was when Brooks made the first down catch.
yeah.
Oh,
Because
wow.
that would have been easily. It would have been easy to drop that.
Yep.
But it seemed like that lit a fire under us, and we got cranked up.
And I want to give some props to Ty Simpson, because Joe Clapp pointed out the fact that they were down 17-0, and Ty was going to every position group, kind of pumping them up and like, hey guys, let's all just go do our jobs. And then they did. So he talked about the leadership that Ty showed, and really grabbing your guys and going, hey, snap out of this, let's go play ball. So that impressed me too once I saw some replay of that.
Yeah, and one thing I really enjoyed was how salty. I told Josh that Ty Simpson went Trump on the media group there, in the post game press conference. However, I'll say this, Andy Frisella, a guy that I love to follow, he says this. He says, when you display, and I'm gonna butcher it, but and paraphrase it at the same time. He says, people have a right not to trust you when you present untrustworthy behavior. And offensively, we have presented significant amounts of untrustworthy behavior. So they were right to be criticized. It's sports. That's what you do. You want to believe, you want to root for the guy. We continued to root for the guy. We did have low moments where we were like, sit him, get him, do something, give us something here. The team is bigger than one man. But in this case, something happened and Ty was able to pull out of it. I actually thought from the beginning he looked sharper than he's looked in weeks.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts there?
Nope.
Absolutely.
100%. He looked like he came to play. We just dropped some balls early, and that didn't help us get off to a great start.
I'd love to get y'all's thoughts on the catch from Jeremy Bernard. Was it a catch? Did they rule it correctly when he caught the pro throw style catch? Because he sure lost that ball after they hit the ground. Now, in all fairness, the guy ripped the ball out of his hands. Arguably,
and that was the thing for me that made me believe it's a catch is. They always say you got to make a football move, blah, blah, blah. Well, he catches that and then takes 2 steps before the guy punches that out. So, that was impressive. I saw a video. Somebody had layered it right beside one of Julio's catches when he played for the Falcons. And I was like, okay, that's just
somebody put it with the pro throw catch too. I saw somebody share it on Facebook the other day, and I was like, man, I mean, pro throws is obviously greater because he does a whole backflip. But immediately that's what I thought of was pro throws catch back in the day.
I want to say though too, the hand strength and the forearm strength to snatch that ball and keep a hold of it was just crazy.
Yeah. Totally agree.
As Amber sent the thing to us, Randy Moss said, "You got mossed."
Hey,
Oklahoma boy, you got mossed.
I thought it was also cool. It may mean nothing, but I thought it was also cool that he sends everybody a pair of gloves. I was like, oh, that is really cool. And Jeremy Bernard has had some challenges the past week. You hear that he's injured or whatever. There are some things with him that are not characteristic or uncharacteristic of him. One of those, and I didn't hear anybody talk about it, but I haven't listened to everything because it was a busy weekend. But that catch that he missed when he was wide open, it's my position, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I think like a baseball player can lose it in the lights. Lose the baseball in the lights. I really think that the ball just disappeared behind the defender.
Yeah.
And he didn't see it. Did anybody make mention or comment on that?
Somebody mentioned that it could have been he lost it in the defender, like it right off the top of the guy's helmet, he was looking like the top of the guy's helmet.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me too, honestly.
Lost it as it come right over the. So he made up for it though.
He sure did.
Here you go. I've got. Let's see. Here is. Sorry, I'm adding one thing to the stage real quick, and then I will pull it up.
I recommend all of you to go and listen to the Dynasty podcast from today. AJ McCarron and Trent, Chris Stewart. AJ and Trent was in the suite with
Thought
the
it was
athletic
very
director.
good. I like about 5 minutes of it, I think, but really felt like it was great.
Here is Julio's catch. Here we go.
I mean, he just snatched it. He's like, "That's mine."
So let's see.
Yeah.
And then here is
Julio's also about 6 feet taller than Jeremy.
Yeah.
So that's got to mean something.
Exactly.
6'4". He's a big guy.
Yeah, what's Jeremy like? 5'10"?
He may be 6 foot. Yeah.
Hey, Quincy, how'd you like it when he was talking about him and Trent and Mark Ingram up there in that Oklahoma fan heckling them?
Yeah, I thought that was great. Here's the thing, though. Here's what I did like, and I say this just because I care about, some Oklahoma fans, and Roche is a good friend of mine. Look at that.
Yeah. So that's pretty.
That's definitely. And that is definitely a football move with control.
Yeah.
And then the ball gets ripped out of his arms, goes out of bounds. So I think it was right. I think it was right to call it a reception. And AJ was glad they called it a reception and that they didn't review it because it could have got sticky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and if they would have called that incomplete, it would have been hard to make it a complete pass, I think, after the fact.
Yeah.
So
as we prepare to move into the stats, any final thoughts on the Crimson Tide? I know we're going to talk a little bit, whatever you guys have been able to check out when it comes to, the press conference with Coach DeBoer, maybe from today. I haven't got to watch it yet, but we definitely need to have some discussions about Indiana and what this looks like, coming up in the next, 9 days?
Yep.
8 days? No, it's 10 days, huh? Because there's 31 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Wild Bill, from your Bama bullet points? Or, hey, if you don't mind, just go ahead and go through them one more time, and then we'll head on to the second quarter.
Oh, goodness.
He's done threw them away.
Let me see here. Well, that ain't it.
Well,
Quincy, you have never had me do that.
not one time.
I had him do it one time, but it's been a long time. So
No.
10 minutes after I said we had 40 seconds left, we're gonna go.
That's all right, Wild Bill.
And then 20 minutes from now, Bill's still looking for his bullet point.
Well, I tell you what, we will move on to the second quarter. Wild Bill, when you get those, give me the nod.
He's
'cause
wrote
I'd like
them on
to
the
hear
back
those
of a Mary Kay box.
Daddy, where did you run?
For Christmas, you're going to get one dedicated BS podcast notebook. Okay? No more legal pads.
I put it right here in this trash can behind the desk.
Oh my God, he threw it away.
Well, that's gone.
That's
You're
supposed to
insane again.
You're supposed to keep these notes.
That's under
All
some
right.
little Debbie wrappers or something down there.
Could be.
Oh,
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, he's got him. Go for it, Wild Bill.
See if it
Go
can
for
read it through the wrinkles.
God still works in strange and mysterious ways.
Very strange.
First quarter, Mateer had 26 yards rushing. Alabama's total offense was 12 yards. Bama's
That's just
first Now it came with 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Bama's defense allowed 7 points in the second half, had a season-high 5 sacks. Oklahoma had 126 yards in the second half after 236 in the first half. Oklahoma had a total of 55 yards rushing. Oklahoma had 7 plays of 15-plus yards in the first half and only 2 in the second half. Our offense, went 3 straight 3-and-outs to start the game. Talty was 2 of 2 on field goals. He has made his last 4 field goals, all of them on the road, and he's 48 for 48 on extra points. Bama tied the largest comeback win in college football history when Georgia overcame an 18-point deficit against Oklahoma in the 2018 Rose Bowl. 37 game clock minutes to flip an 17-0 deficit into a 10-point road win. And there's the bullet points going in the garbage once again. Thank you.
My bullet point is 2. The amount of times Bill has thrown those away today.
that is a fair bullet point and should be added.
No.
Well, that is outstanding. And I guess what I would say for me is 37 game minutes to flip a 17-point lead. My goodness, into what, 34-17?
A 10-point.
Well, and also, if you look at it, Alabama scored 17 points to tie it in about 5.5 minutes or 6 minutes. So
yeah, it happened fast.
Wild.
So that is wild, Bill. All right, it's time now for the second quarter. Thank you, Amber.
This is the second quarter of the best podcast. Roll Tide.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second quarter. I just want to go through the score system. The first quarter, I had 0-0, and it was 10-0. Second quarter, I had 7-3, and it was 17-7. The third quarter, I had 7-7, and it was 10-0. And the fourth quarter, I had 0-7, and it was 7-7. So I got to say, I'm absolutely terrible at this, but I will continue to do it the same way because I enjoy it.
I'm terrible at this, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Hey, maybe I will get better at it. And, to begin the second quarter here, I didn't get any picks from Amber.
It's probably best.
Yeah.
It's probably best. I wouldn't have been close.
Yeah,
anyway.
I wouldn't have been close either.
I'm closer not picking than I am picking.
Coming in last place.
I didn't realize that we didn't even send you predictions till Friday. I was like, crap. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose my spot at number 1.
No, like the SEC championship, this doesn't count against you for winning. So in last place, as you might remember, if you watched last week's program, we had 2 special guests, one gentleman who called me dumb on X, and then ended up being a great part of the program. And he has agreed he would like to come back. And I think he did a great job. His name is Will. And then we also had my buddy that I work with from United Rentals, named Jay Roche, big time Boomer fan. He did a fantastic job, and he's going to come back on. Probably not this season. In last place, with a guess of 21-13 was Will at 22 points combined.
He was well.
In second to last place was Josh. Josh had a score of 20-17. 20-17.
Did he pick Alabama or Oklahoma?
The only one to pick OU was Roche. And I thought his was 24-20. So it
You were
it's
just
closer
way
than
off.
we. Austin, nobody's off as much as you, so I don't want to hear that.
Well,
In third place is none other than yours truly, Quincy Moran, with 21-17. And then that's right. That's right. Because Roche lost, he has the lowest score, but he doesn't win. So this week's winner is none other than Wild Bill. Congratulations, Wild Bill.
All right, roll tide, roll.
23-17. Wild Bill was your prediction, and I thought for all I could think of after OU started scoring was we're going to lose, and my prediction is terrible. But fortunately, Alabama decided they didn't care about my pick, but they did care about winning, and so we won. Thank you,
right.
Alabama. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the 34-24 victory in the first round of the playoffs in Norman, Oklahoma, let's talk about your stats. First downs, the Crimson Tide had 12. The Boomer Sooner had 18. Third down efficiency, the Tide was absolutely atrocious, disgusting, horrible. Just absolutely, yes.
Can that be enlarged?
We can't.
Oh,
we can't really see that.
Somebody help Papa see.
I can't see it.
Somebody help
Okay.
Grandma see.
I mean, I'm only
I
going
tell
to
you
be
what.
36 next week.
I mean, I don't
So,
know if you can or not. I don't.
Yeah, give me just a minute. I'll make this easier on the crowd. Hold on just a minute. I'll do
I'm
it.
going to add one more bullet point. The number 19. Number
Please
19. Anybody got a guess? Number 19, what that would be?
I do not.
The number of players Auburn has entered into the transfer portal.
Whoa.
Just a little FYI there.
Wow. I had not seen that anywhere.
That's really interesting to me, because I would think with this with this coach coming in, I would just presume he seems like a gritty, hard-nosed winner. Why wouldn't they want to play for the guy?
Well, the only quarterback they have now is the true freshman from Mississippi that played a few games, couple of games. The other two's done entered the portal.
I hope they have 50 more leave, bunch of losers.
Jackson Arnold and that Daniels, they've both entered the portal.
I hope the ball boy leaves. I hope the person running the concession stands leaves. Hope the janitor leaves.
Let me guess. You want him to walk off a cliff.
Well,
That's Austin's go-to.
That's kind of harsh, but
no, that's what he's wanting our football team.
It can't be much worse walking off a cliff than it is being an Auburn fan. You're just as hurt.
Whoa, bro.
It's
hurt.
It's all pain. All right. Okay, that's a little bit better. So let's look at this, ladies and gentlemen. First downs, Alabama 12, the Boomer Sooner 18. I'll get back to what I was talking about, third down efficiency. I think we should remove the word efficiency from this particular graphic because it was third down, disgusting, just terrible. It was horrible. It was atrocious, abysmal. 2 for 12.
Is my favorite word. Atrocious.
All right. It was atrocious. 2 for 12, the Mighty Crimson Tide, compared to 7 of 18 for the Boomer Sooner. Fourth down, both teams 1 for 1. Total yards, look at this, a whopping 260 yards for the Alabama Crimson Tide, 102 more for the Boomer Sooner. Passing yards, 232 for Alabama, 307 yards for the Boomer. 18 of 29 for 8 yards per pass for Ty Simpson. 26 of 42 for 7.3 yards for Mr. Mateer. Those are not bad stats unless you're looking from a defensive perspective. That's pretty darn good, guys. Yeah. Averaging 8 yards or 7 yards a pass. Rushing 28 yards on 25 carries for a whopping 1.1 yards per carry for the University of Alabama. 55 yards rushing on 33 attempts, coming in at 1.7 yards per carry for the mighty Boomer Sooner. Penalties, Alabama 4 of 46. OU 5 of 50. Let me make an adjustment here and see if I can read it, or I'm just going to go to the other screen. There we go.
It's weird that it doesn't show their fumble on the punt. That's odd.
Yeah. Well, didn't he recover that though?
No, Tim Keenan did.
I thought he didn't recover it and we slapped it away.
I think Tim Keenan landed on it.
He picked it up. The punter picked it up, and when he went to punt it, practically Keenan took it away.
Now, I want to say, too, I feel bad for Tim Keenan because when that punter kicked that ball, he did not kick the ball. He kicked another one, and it was Tim Keenan's.
Oh, the bag, right?
Yeah,
in the bag.
The slow-mo was pretty sad for that.
Now, here is he made a sacrifice, did he not?
Yeah.
Now look at the time of possession.
Keep saying is that he sacrificed his future for the University of Alabama.
Look at this time of possession, guys. I would have to say that. Well, that is a problem because it is, for some reason, it's lower than the graphic will pick up. But 26 minutes and 52 seconds for Alabama compared to 33 minutes and 8 seconds for Oklahoma. Oh, and I think I know why we can't see it, because the banner's covering it up.
Oh,
yeah.
So hold on, I'll turn it off.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So that is, would you guys say that is probably attributed to that really ugly first quarter?
Yeah.
You think that's where? Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's where the numbers came in.
Because that's really just 6 minutes difference.
It was really, really ugly. All right, let's take a look at the leaders on the day. Ty Simpson, 18 of 29 for 2 touchdowns. John Mateer, 26 of 41, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Daniel Hill, as many yards as he had at 43 yards, with 9 carries and 1 touchdown. He couldn't overcome Ty Simpson's loss for sacks, which only gave us, what was that, 33 yards rushing or something crazy like that? So,
yeah, well, all those 28 yards, and Daniel Hill had about 30 on one play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Unfortunate. So Blaylock, the running back for OU, 36 yards on 11 carries. Latsier Brooks, the man, the myth, the legend, the 79 yards receiving does not tell the story, but extremely impressive. I think OU's pass defense was between number 10 and number 13 in the country, and Ty had to place the football in some very concerning areas in order for it to be caught. And Latsier Brooks, man, just especially that second touchdown catch. The throw, what was more incredible, the throw or the catch?
Which one?
You
second touchdown to Brooks.
I think it was both. He put that ball in a good spot, but the adjustment to catch it, the way he was running the route, I mean, he flipped his whole body around to catch it. But I mean, Ty put it in a spot. So
yeah,
that was impressive. Now I do want to say too, a little stat to look at coming up with this Indiana game. Oklahoma ranked first in sacks, like for the whole year. Indiana ranks 9. So that just I thought about that when you were talking about Oklahoma's defense. So,
well, it's really going to be interesting to see how this sort of plays out. Because I'm not believing that this is the same brand of Indiana that we're used to. And I know the story about competition, what they do, what they play in the league, but the same could have been said last year for Ohio State. And look what they did in the playoffs. So it's about peaking at the right time.
Yeah.
If I look here, so 79 yards on 5 receptions and 2 very important touchdowns for Latsier Brooks. Burks from OU, 107 yards, 7 receptions, and 1 touchdown. He had a very, very productive day. Deontay Lawson, I just want to point out that Deontay Lawson finds himself everywhere around the football. It's been about 6 weeks that he's been progressing, and Wild Bill told me that he wasn't getting any better. Yet he has MVP-like performances week in and week out, and he has gotten better. So Wild Bill, I just want to point that out. He had one sack.
What place you come in and predicting scores?
As long as Austin's around, I'm not last. That's all I can say.
You got to get better because you can't get worse.
Well,
that's not true. Your son-in-law is worse than me.
No.
And none of us.
I'm not talking to him right now. This is me and you talking.
Hey, none of us hold a candle to your daughter. She has smoked us all. She's the Cheech and the Chong. And we're the
baby.
We're the hippie lettuce. All right. Deontay Lawson with one sack and the leader in that night's game, not tonight's game. He's the leader with 10 tackles. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 tackles. I can't see how many are solo because it's covering it up for me. Mr. Jones Jr., one sack, and their leading tackler, 6 solo tackles. And then Heineke, the linebacker at OU, no slouch by any means. He had 7 tackles, 4 solo. That's a great game. That's a great day. When your linebackers are leading in tackles, Austin, and not your safeties. Because if it's your safeties, you might have some issues going on. So that's some really good news. And I just got to say, if we reflect back on Damian Harris's comments after going down 17-0, who on this podcast is willing to be honest and say what they were feeling?
Oh, I thought we was done. Because I didn't know if our offense, I didn't know if we could score 18 points and keep them scoreless the rest of the game and us win 18-17. Our offense hadn't showed us.
No.
That's right. That is so right. Austin, we know you want him to walk off a cliff, but
Austin would never tell you how he acted during a ball game, but you know who will.
Okay.
I was gonna try to get a video and I couldn't get one. I couldn't get like a good one. So
I mean, I get it to an extent. But I mean, I hate when people act like Alabama for about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, didn't look like one of the best teams in the country. And they just write them off as they've been horrible since Florida State. Teams have up and downs. It just frustrates me because Alabama's ceiling is national championship.
That's right.
Their bottom is lose by 4 touchdowns. So
yeah,
I hate when you act like the bottom is where we're at and where we've been at. When Alabama was 10-3, and the regular season SEC winner. So that's what frustrated me. I'm like, come on, guys, you've got eyes. You've seen Alabama play good ball at times this year.
Well, we will take it. We'll take you calling DeBoer and his staff trash as just a lash out in a low moment.
Exactly.
Let's take it to the tape and see if anything different is here. Hold on.
Welcome to the Bama Hotline text thread, brought to you by the BS Podcast. In this installment, we look at our family thoughts on Bama's playoff game against Oklahoma. As a punishment for 50 consecutive years on my naughty list, Homer Simpson read this week's highlights. Congratulations to you, Quincy, and your lifelong membership. On the nice list, enjoy your unlimited naughty list benefits as well. Wink, wink. You're welcome, Gene.
Quincy, we haven't changed, boys. Same. Austin Dash. Thousands and thousands of people, and no one can see a freaking offsides. Uncle Josh Moran, exactly the same. Austin Dash If DeBoer can't do better than this, Michigan can have him. Uncle Josh Moran. Ty sucks at time management. Austin Dash, because so far he ain't done crap but talk. Quincy, and y'all said Damian Harris was wrong. Amber Dash, he ain't leaving his head coaching NFL gig, bro. Uncle Josh Moran, Yaku's neither did Saban. Amber Dash, Amber tons of coaches leave the NFL. Austin Dash, NFL and college are completely different. Amber Dash, I know that Josh, Uncle Josh Moran. Who cares what does that even friggin' mean, dude? You don't think DeMeco can coach in college? How the hell did we get down to 5 seconds coming in from a timeout?
Well, that's all for now, boys and girls. Tune in next time for more of the sights and sounds of the Bama Hotline. Roll Tide.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the second and final installment tonight of the sights and sounds of the Bama Hotline. You guys, if I could parse that or just put it together a little more, tighter and more efficiently, I think we could have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. We could post all kind of reels. Those would be fantastic reels.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool because there are various voices, that you've heard them all over reels from CapCut. And Amber, I know you know about CapCut. So
I just want to say really quick, which Austin and I have to be off in like 23 minutes. I sent that in the text, but I didn't know if you sent it. So I made our candlelight communion service video yesterday, and I had the one from last year to pull from, and then I had thoughts to put like together with it. And I used CapCut AI to help me with just my skeleton. I didn't even know CapCut could do that. And it ended up, I did a lot of work because it was just my skeleton, but it turned out really good. And I was really proud of myself. And if you don't use CapCut, this is not sponsored. You should.
Yeah, I'll have to see what you're talking about when you tell me. But hey, that's it for the second quarter here. I guess I could talk about. No, I think we covered it all. That's good enough for the stats. The game is done. We're all finished. With the stats, and the stat that matters most, Wild Bill, is the scoreboard this time, because it's so peculiar to me how the game was a copycat going the other direction in Norman, just like it was in Tuscaloosa. It is so mind blowing to me. But as we end this particular quarter, we're handed over to the Dashes on DeBoer. I would say that in his tenure, in his short tenure, taking over the turbulence after Nick Saban, whatever happens from here on, I thought getting to the playoffs, no matter what happened, DeBoer was on house money, and I really believe that he's there. I'm very excited. I haven't heard anything about Kane Womack going anywhere, which tells me that the nucleus of the coaching staff is going to be there. I'm very happy to hear that Nick Sheridan's got an opportunity at his alma mater, so he can go to Michigan State.
Actually, I think he played at Michigan, actually, but he's going to Michigan State.
Oh, I wouldn't tell anybody I played at Michigan either.
Yeah. What is going on in Michigan? We'll talk about it another time. They need an exorcist, as I said before. But with that being said, I just, the video that I did that we played over and over again, that DeBoer, I was begging him, praying for him to turn things around after that Florida State game. I got to tell you guys, through that gauntlet of a schedule, through the slump, he kept Kane Womack, which we felt was absolutely horrible last year. So I am very much looking forward to what the future of Alabama football looks like, no matter the way the rest of the playoffs go. I'm very excited for him and what he's building. I'm so happy that he has talked about him and his family love it there.
Yeah.
They're not considering any other programs. And
Yeah.
so as we cruise on into the third quarter, I just want to congratulate Alabama, the players, the coaching staff, the families on getting through a very difficult night in Norman, Oklahoma, and going to the West Coast to the Rose Bowl. Roll Tide, boys.
I scream at the game like that at home too, in case anybody was wondering.
A lot louder
That's
than
right.
that. When he got
you
that
can't say anything about being loud.
When he got that interception the other night.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I lost it.
Pretty wild in Dash House.
I was probably the loudest on the interception, but then I definitely lost it on one of the touchdowns, but I can't remember which one it was.
Where did Mac go?
Oh, Mac was hiding under our bed.
Quincy.
Yes, sir.
One of the dogs that got so loud went and hid under the bed.
Well, he freaks out when we turn it on. Like
he knows what's coming.
I was watching another game that I didn't even care about, and he was pacing around like I was
like
gonna
we weren't
yell
even
at him.
talking to the TV.
I'm like, whoa, bro, this is James Madison, Oregon. I'm not gonna yell at this game.
Hey, Quincy, he knows. He said these two lunatics are fixing to go ballistic, so it's time for me to go.
Hey, you know it's bad when it takes 3 wells to gather your thoughts in order not to sound like a lunatic. And I'm here to tell you, I'm a lunatic when I watch the football game. I'm just putting it out there. A proud lunatic. All right, Dashes, it's your time to talk about the presser.
So much time on everything else tonight, and Austin and I have a dinner at 7 to go to. This probably won't be long. However, I do want to say, since we're talking about Coach DeBoer, I wish I had it to pull it up. TikTok, there's an account on TikTok that literally just shows coaches' houses. And they use like Google, I guess, like Earth and listings from where they were for sale, I guess. And Austin had sent it to me, and then I saw it today and sent it back and was like, was this the same video? There is a video circulating of Coach DeBoer's house in Tuscaloosa. Oh my God. It is huge. It has 13 bathrooms, y'all. 13 bathrooms. Who besides Quincy needs a house with 13 bathrooms?
Where is it?
4 of them. They live across the street from Coach and Miss Terry in Tuscaloosa. Okay. So it's like Mansion City. I don't even know where it is. I'll see if I can find the video not on TikTok so y'all can see it, because I know you can't see it if you have TikTok.
It's over by your old high school, Bill, I bet.
It's not too far from County High, but it's over there at North River Yacht.
So it has a pool. It has a movie room, which I'm sure he's turned into a film room. As soon as it said it had like a mini movie theater, I was like, I bet that's a film room now. And then it was talking, and it's huge. I mean, like, there's no need for a 4-person family to have this big of a house. Over consumption.
Wait a minute,
one
though.
Doesn't live at home. Yeah. Now, Quincy could definitely use a house of this size. He got 8 kids.
I would just say this. I would say if it's anything like what Coach Saban did, they did a lot of entertaining at home. So I'm not saying he needs 13 bathrooms, but, you know.
When they said 13 bathrooms, I was like, how do 4 people, if both daughters are home, need 13 bathrums?
Them better be some big old toilets if them football players are here.
I've seen Coach Saban's house. Quincy, I'll tell you that, because our superintendent at the golf course came to our course. He was the assistant superintendent in Tuscaloosa. Good Lord. An old colony where Alabama plays. when Coach Saban moved into that house, when they were looking at it, the only way he would move into that house, they had to take the median, the divide out and make him a turn to be able, so he didn't have to go past the house and turn around and come back. So guess what the city did?
What'd they do?
They made him a turn right there.
You better believe they did. And you know what? The guy who made that decision at the city, he got promoted. Every championship, he probably got promoted in a pay raise.
That's
Anyway,
a true fact.
I just wanted to throw that out there. If I can find it not on TikTok, because I know you have to have a TikTok account to see TikToks. If I can find it on like Instagram or Facebook or anything, I'll send it. But it is wild because I was watching it and then it goes, and they live directly across from, and I thought they were going to say somebody else, like maybe somebody you didn't know lived in Tuscaloosa. Bomb. He lives across the street from Coach and Miss Terry. Okay.
After every win, Miss Terry brings him cookies.
That she catered because he's already told on her she don't cook.
Oh, well, there you go. I wouldn't either.
All right.
If I was a bajillionaire.
So talk about board today, honey.
Yeah, let's hear what you have to say about the press conference. I'm very excited to hear what your take is on it. Take it away.
Yeah. Well, first off, Alabama's got 15 Californian football players on their team. So they're excited for them to get to play close to home. So that's pretty neat. Talked about Coach Cignetti and what he's done at Indiana the last 2 years, how well they've done. He talked about their process the next 10 days getting back to work. He said he thought they did a great job from the SEC championship to the first round game as far as preparation. Talked about how well the training staff has done, Jeff Allen and their doctors, as far as getting guys back, and really gave them a lot of credit. And Dave Ballou, they had as many guys hit their top speeds against Oklahoma as they've had since the Tennessee game. And that's tied for the most over 20 miles an hour all year.
Wow.
So had a lot of guys back running at full speed and healthy. Talked about the unique path that him and Kurt Cignetti have both had at Alabama and Indiana. Just talked about the respect between them. He said he wouldn't trade it for the world. He said he thinks there's things you do that give you an appreciation for the moment that you're having. Talked about his days in Sioux Falls, from that to Alabama. Talked about Indiana's rushing attack, how productive they've been, and kind of how they've been more of the focus being talked about in compared to Mendoza being a Heisman guy. Talked about how well he thinks Indiana's offensive line works together. Of course, he talked about Mendoza winning the Heisman and being a good trigger man. Talked about the skill around the offensive line. Let's see. Talked about the great coaching they have to put guys in this. Indiana puts their guys in spots to compete. He talked about Alabama's defense growing. He said they've just took big steps through conference play, got the turnover in big moments that helped us win games, and forced a lot of field goals. And they've continued to breed a belief at a high level. Talking about the first quarter against Oklahoma, Alabama fighting and coming off the field ready to solve the problems. Instead of just coming and hanging down their heads. Talked about the defense being proud of what they accomplished and the adjustments they made to pressure the quarterback throughout the game.
I do want to say, while you're looking over your notes from that, I would like to say also that I sent it in our chat, but we were already live, so I don't know if anybody saw it. He said today that, and I heard him talking about this when Austin was watching it, because I don't always hear it all. I get to hear pieces of it, but I did hear him say that Alabama is as healthy as it's been in a really long time, and they are expecting the 2 people that are injured currently. They expect, which that could not happen, but they are expecting both injured players that we currently have to be back. They are optimistic.
It was just Tim Keenan and Red Morgan got a little banged up the other night. They're expecting them both to be back, and they haven't ruled LT Overton out for this game yet, which would be a huge get back.
I wish they would just like officially say what's going on. Like lots of rumors around the internet, but
blood clot.
But was that confirmed? Because I thought it was just
they
rumors around the internet.
Yeah, but that's
well. I think the challenge there is that is a non-football related situation. So if it was something to do with football,
probably
maybe
HIPAA,
they would talk about
probably a HIPAA deal there.
Yeah, so I'd say that's the reason for that. I'm probably just making excuses for him, but that's my thought.
He talked about him and Kane Womack being at Indiana together. Kane Womack's actually the one that kind of got him the job there at Indiana, which is interesting. He said, and then led to me bringing Kane Womack here.
Oh, wow. That is really cool. I had no idea.
I thought that was really cool.
It's pretty wild. So, we're excited about the opportunity. His favorite memory at Indiana when he was there was going back towards home and beating Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about Indiana being a great place for him and his family at the time. And then he talked some more about the defensive staff and Coach Womack, how they adjusted against John Mateer. Just the ability of the pass rush to work together. He talked about them, they've really been able to take care of their gaps on defense, and everybody just doing their job. What he wants to replicate from the Oklahoma prep is, now Alabama doesn't have school, so he wants Alabama to have the confidence that they have in their preparation. He wants them to feel as confident as they did against Oklahoma. So he said there's less to the day with them not being in school, and they're focused on football and the excitement of the playoff. He said we just got to stay with the process, understand what worked, keep making it better. And we have to keep getting better because we were down 17-0 at one point, and there's a reason for that. So we need to continue to improve and make sure those things are shored up. So, there's a little bit more, but I mean, a lot of it was just about individual guys stepping up and making plays. So, yeah,
no, I think that's really well said, and I was thrilled. I didn't get to watch Coach DeBoer on Scott Van Pelt's show, but I was thrilled to get to hear from Coach Grubb and Coach Womack, and then get to hear from some of the players. There's plenty more to watch, but man, you got to be proud of this group of guys. Wild Bill, what out of what you heard, if anything, what stood out to you about this particular interview?
The house.
I mean, that's covering Coach DeBoer, so I just had to throw that out there.
No, it's talking about the coaches and the camaraderie and how they're coming together. Because when you was listening to AJ and them today, Kane Womack has changed his coaching style, because the players during the game, when y'all were talking about making adjustments, the players, I guess the defensive backs, went to Womack.
Yep.
They wanted to get out of the zone and play man-to-man, because I interpreted that as saying their receivers can't beat us.
Yeah, he said.
Mhm.
He
Man on
said.
man.
Now that's
So
a
they
that's a
changed it.
dog mentality to go. Come on, let us play man to man. He said they were practically begging.
Yeah,
play
so they
man to
did. They
man.
changed and went to man to man.
I love
Wow.
that. I love that.
And
That, oh my Lord.
and that's how
I am excited to hear that.
that's
Yeah.
how he changed from last year to this year.
I mean, to walk up
Good
to
guys.
your defensive coordinator and go, "Hey, these guys can't get open against us. Just let us. I got him by myself. I don't need his own." I mean, that's pretty fun
Yeah.
to hear.
And being
That
willing
is-
to change to show like 6, 7, 8 men on the line of
Yeah.
scrimmage.
No, I
6'7".
I love the double mug look.
That-
I love everybody on the line, and then you don't know who's going to drop.
Because you know it's got to work in college because it works in the pros.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
too, I mean,
Georgia does
I-
that a lot too.
and that's
Yeah.
one of my questions, just looking at what has worked against Alabama. That was part of my question,
Yeah.
as we were going through the season and we couldn't seem to find success offensively. And then, Ty Simpson talked about it after the Georgia beatdown. Just that there were, multiple copycat blitzes. And I'm going, why aren't we using that? I mean, our defense is the strong suit. It's the shining jewel of our football team this year. Now, it looks like both of them may be, peaking at the same time because Oklahoma has a great defense. And for us to put, 27 offensive points on the board,
Yeah.
to me is impressive against that football team. So my question was I'm glad to hear that Kane Womack evolved because you teach, you can teach your players. But real quick, my question is Coach Grubb, is he evolving? Because he took a lot of heat after that Georgia game.
Yeah.
Not just from fans, but that clip came out of the head coach at Seattle.
Yeah.
Arguably talking about Grubb's philosophy. So he really took some scrutiny there.
I do feel like during this game, and I feel like that's kind of what helped with the comeback, is we finally got the ball out of Ty Simpson's hands on some short routes to kind of get us going. And then, of course, that opened up the deep ball, because then it forced them to kind of respect us as far as, you can't just line up and just rush the quarterback. And, I love some of that toss stuff we did. I mean, that long run by Daniel Hill was just a little toss pitch that was just blocked incredibly. I mean, there was a cutback. And, that right there, plays like that is what opened up the long game.
I agree.
I do think early in the game we were kind of throwing stuff at the wall to try to find something that worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like once we found out what worked, we didn't get away from it really. As like we have in some other games where we're like, let's do a triple reverse.
Can I ask a question? Are we doing predictions tonight, or are we going to do them next week?
Next week.
Next week.
Okay. Okay. Well,
as
I
we're-
got to go. So I love you guys, and roll tide, everybody. I'll see y'all next week on my birthday. Woo.
Yeah. Before we get off the program as a whole, I wanted to bring up a graphic for the quarterfinal game in lieu of what we're going to talk about next week. So just briefly wanted to show you what we're looking at with number 9 facing off against number 1 in the college football playoff. Points per game. Alabama scores. Well, the graphic got messed up, but we appreciate that.
I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it all got jacked up, but I can read it for you. Alabama's looking at 31.4 points per game, while Indiana scores roughly 41.9. Average yards per game offensively, 380 for Alabama, 472 for Indiana. The turnover margin is what really, really concerns me, because you can't see it here, but Alabama's at +8, Indiana's at +17. So that is really concerning. Sorry for the mistake on the graphic. I didn't get a chance to review it before it came up here, but I'll give you a sort of a line by line, and then I'll go chew out ChatGPT. But so 31.4 points per game compared to 41.9 points allowed. This is interesting. Points allowed 17.9 for Alabama, 10.8 for Indiana. There's the turnover margin at 8, plus 8 for Bama, plus 17 for Indiana. And if you look right now, the most up-to-date information, Wild Bill, is that Indiana is favored by about 6.5 points to 7 points, and the probability is 70% that Indiana is going to win. So those are odds that I love. I love coming in, being the underdog. I think it will give us a little more of the juice that we need. But I finally feel like this, not just because we won, but because I saw a difference in the team. And Austin, we know you got to go in 4 minutes, so we'll wrap this up here pretty quick. But finally, when Alabama has the destiny in their hands, they haven't shown up the entire season like they did against OU after showing signs of life.
On all three sides of the ball.
Yeah, everybody came together. The coaching staff finally stopped getting out-coached in some of those areas. So just a mighty congratulations once again to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Austin, your final words before you jump off and head to dinner.
I really love I like the matchup with Indiana pretty good. I'm excited about it, and I'm excited for us to dive into that more next week. So, yeah.
Right on. Well, roll tide, dude. I hope you have a great time. Wild Bill, your final thoughts as we wrap this episode up.
Well, Indiana's been in one playoff game, and they got annihilated last year. They played a high school schedule this year. So they're going to be looking across that field as they're warming up. They're going to see that A that you got on that cap right there. And them boys going to be wondering what they done got into now. They done stepped into big boy football.
Hey, their fans were chanting, "We want Bama."
Yep.
You're going to.
Yeah, Cam Newton said today they may have wished for something they didn't want.
Yeah. If let us hope, because this team has been a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde. But if Alabama shows up,
can Mendoza run like Mateer does?
No. He's a better passer, but he doesn't run quite as well.
Okay.
He's athletic, though. He'll get out of the pocket if you let him. My motto is you can't scramble if you're laying on your back.
That's it.
Let's hope that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode of the BS Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Glad to have you with us as we talk about Alabama's victory in the first round of the playoffs in Norman, Oklahoma, as they defeated Oklahoma, the Boomer Sooner, 34-24. We'll be back next Monday to preview Alabama, Indiana in the quarterfinals for the next round of the playoffs. Until then, you know what? Jesus is the reason for the season. So Merry Christmas. I like to echo the words of the angels when they appeared to the shepherds when they said, "Joy to the world."
There you go. Merry
the
Christmas.
Lord has come. Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm sure we will talk before then. God bless you, and may grace and peace be with you in the name of Jesus. Have a great evening. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
One message for you from your aunt. She will bust both of you in the head. Can y'all hear me?
Not rocket science,
I think you, like me, have a face for radio.
Can y'all hear me?
We gonna play with the players we got. Next man up.
That's why it sucks.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Over here.
This kind of unprofessionalism does not need to be tolerated. I mean it. Like,
You y'all hear me? You y'all hear me? You y'all hear me? You y'all hear me?
what the hell is going on here? Just all hang up.
Another episode of the BS Podcast.
Hang
I'm your
on,
host,
hang
Quincy
on,
Moran.
hang on. There's all kinds of noise in my ear now.
Oh, jeez.
We need a little bit more professionalism.